This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sophia Yvette.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a life coach? Well, one may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Missy Lawrence with Transform Maven. Missy, how are you today?
I'm well. Thank you for having me, Sophia.
Great. Well, we are so excited to learn all about you and your business. Please start off by telling our listeners just a little bit more about your company.
Sure. So I'm the Chief Maven Officer of Transform Maven, and what we are is a global holdings company that focuses on transformation across physical, organizational, and personal domains. And we're on a mission to unleash 1 million Mavens worldwide who are completely turned on by life, combating what we call this global epidemic of anhedonia.
Wow. Now, let's get into that a little deeper here. Anhedonia, what does that mean?
Have you ever just felt like blah, just meh? You know, anhedonia is that feeling of just, I don't really care, doesn't really matter. If you think of the opposite of it, hedonia or hedonism, that's pleasure, that's enjoyment, that's just waking up or walking through your day with this sense of purpose or passion or fulfillment. And what we're doing is just addressing the opposite of that. Like, you don't have to be completely broken or disheveled or just shattered to pieces or rock bottom to just want better in your life across physical, organizational, or personal. We just want you to be completely turned on and excited and just living an aesthetically pleasing life, a pleasurable life. That's really what it's all about.
Wow. Now, Missy, I can tell you have a passion for this. So how did you get into this industry?
Oh, I've been in boardrooms, coaching from the boardroom to the bedroom and everything in between. So I started off 18, 20 years ago as organizational change management and leadership development and executive coaching for HR and technology leadership teams. I've done public sector, private sector, Fortune 100, nonprofits, government. And what I found over and over and over again in organizational change management is it all boils down to the individual who needs transformation. It could really have nothing to do with the work that's at hand, the tool that you're introducing, the culture of the company. You have to reach people where they are. And so I started doing life coaching as a side to executive coaching because you can't really separate the two. You know, if I'm going to sit with a chief people officer or chief technology officer or chief supply chain officer, who they are as an entire person comes to work that day. You know, so you kind of have to coach the entire person, whether they come to me for life coaching or not, you know, or come to our company for organizational change management or not. You can't really separate the personal from the professional and definitely from the physical. So I've been on this soapbox for 18 years talking about what I call the human side of digital. You know, there's software change that I've been driving. There's hardware changes that we've been implementing. But what I refer to is wetware, and that's your brain. And you want a big, fat, juicy, wet brain. And all of this is just ways that are reprogramming and hardwiring your brain for transformation. So it doesn't matter what the change is. And that's what the Maven method is all about. So we help you become more agile for your life. And it really just, it doesn't matter what it is. I've geeked out, and our entire team geeks out on before and afters.
Wow, Missy, we've already covered so much ground, and getting into that misconception, I think, was such a powerful thing for our audience today.
Yep.
So let's actually go ahead and switch gears. Now, we know marketing is the heart of every business. So today, who are some of your ideal customers, your audience, and how are you attracting them?
I'm so glad you asked that, Sophia, because I don't believe in a target demographic. I believe in addressing a pain point. And I've got clients in Cairo, Egypt, Switzerland, Germany, all over the world, right? Australia, across the states. It could be a a 75-year-old in California. I'm thinking of actual clients right now. A 23-year-old here in Dallas. I'm in downtown Dallas, and I love the DFW area, and I want to connect with more people right here as we're turning this into a movement, and not just me as a life coach, but the entire team supporting with services and offerings. And we have an app coming out. So it's anyone who has this pain point of being stuck. It's not therapy, right? That's another myth or misconception. It's coaching. It's not venting to your friends. It's coaching. It's not, getting sponsorship. It really is coaching, and it's getting you towards the life that you vision. And that's my target audience. That's our target audience. A Maven is not a woman, or a female. I've got many male clients, and starting in technology and in IT, being the only woman in the room or the youngest person in the room or the only minority in the room, I connect with everyone. So it's agnostic of who you are. And it's really just who needs to be turned on in some sort of way in their life.
Wow, Missy, it's such an interesting business that you have. Now, have you ever thought about having your own podcast to extend your mission?
Well, thank you, Sophia. I've been told that. Believe it or not, I do get camera shy. This is just my soapbox and my passion. So I could talk about this for days. So yes, I think that is something that would be in the works, because people just need to know it. And I've got so many methods and tools and frameworks that are really simple. They're hard to implement, but they're really easy. And right now, we're literally in that phase of scaling and taking the message out there. So I am open to any ideas, any support. Just email me, DM me, let me know. I'm ready to launch.
Well, Missy, I love your heart for your business. Now, outside of work, when you're not helping transform lives, what do you and your family like to do for fun?
Before and afters, still transformation. I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with interior design. What I call intuitive interiors, and anything that's about how your space, where you physically place your body, it means so very much. So anything reading, just a huge nerd, books. I'm obsessed with libraries, Barnes and Nobles. Never met a bookstore I didn't enjoy reading and writing. And then movement. Movement is medicine. I dance multiple times a week. I used to be a bodybuilder and a fitness instructor and a 3-sport athlete growing up. So anything that's athletic and kinesthetic, you'll find me at White Rock Lake or any lakes, just being outside, being in nature. That's the best environment ever. And anything that's active, it's just really fun. And if I could expand my mind, right, all of that is being turned on by life. It's so multi-sensory. And I love crystals.
Now, Missy, what is the number one takeaway you would like our listeners to gather from learning about Transform Maven, someone who is looking for a specialist that they can really connect with? Why would you be the best person for them?
Sophia, it's the one thing that I need people to take away is that you are far more resilient than you think you are. And why I get you and why our team will get you is because of how I've lived the first 39 years of my life as a trauma survivor, PTSD, having sexual abuse and trauma as a child, going from being a tween gangster, literally, to a transformation guru. That is re-identity. That's change. I've gone through fibroid surgeries, 4 miscarriages, divorce, dating as an adult. I was a VP of IT by the time I was 31 years old. But I also had a whole lot of anger management and things that I've needed to deal with. And so through all the therapy, through all the religion, through all the things, what's helped me most is what you're going to find in the Maven method that we call in the Maven movement. And so I get you because I've probably gone through it, or I've coached, over hundreds of people who've gone through it. And our team goes through the same things as well. And there's nothing that you can't overcome. You are resilient. You just need to know what level of Maven you are. And we're just going to help you keep going to that next level.
Well, Missy, thank you for reminding us all today. It is about the journey and not the destination. I really appreciate you being on the show today. We wish you and your business the best moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfrisco.com. That's gnpfrisco.com. Or call 469-221-9345.